Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Shehzad, and today we're diving into a topic that's often shrouded in mystery. And sometimes, let's be honest, a little bit of misinformation: female squirting. It's something many couples are curious about but might feel hesitant to explore or discuss openly. That's exactly why we're here, to break down the barriers, share some knowledge, and approach this aspect of intimacy with the respect and understanding it truly deserves. We're going to explore how to make this a shared journey of discovery, focusing on pleasure, communication, and mutual comfort. Did you know there are gentle, respectful ways to help your partner squirt? And most men don't even realize how simple they can be. It's not about pressure or performance. It's about connection, attunement, and creating an environment where she feels completely safe and adored. We're going to move beyond the myths and get into practical, loving techniques that prioritize her experience and her pleasure above all else. This is about enhancing your intimate connection and exploring new dimensions of pleasure together, in a way that feels good for both of you. So if you're ready to learn more, to deepen your understanding, and to add some exciting new possibilities to your intimate life, you're in the right place. We're going to cover 10 respectful and effective ways to approach this, ensuring that the journey is just as beautiful as the destination. Grab a metaphorical cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's talk about how to make squirting a positive and empowering experience for your partner and for your relationship. Let's get started. Alright, let's start with the absolute cornerstone of any amazing intimate experience, especially when you're exploring something new like squirting: trust and emotional safety. Think about it. For anyone to truly let go, to feel uninhibited and open to new sensations, they need to feel completely secure with their partner. This isn't just about physical safety, it's about emotional vulnerability. It's about knowing that you're in a judgment-free zone, where your desires are heard, your boundaries are respected, and your pleasure is a priority. This deep sense of trust allows her to relax fully, which is crucial for the kind of arousal that can lead to squirting. It's about creating a sanctuary in your intimacy. Building this foundation means consistent open communication, active listening, and a genuine commitment to understanding her needs and desires. It's about the small things too: checking in, being present, showing affection outside the bedroom. When she feels truly seen, heard, and cherished, her body is much more likely to respond with openness and enthusiasm. This emotional connection translates directly to physical responsiveness. Before you even think about specific techniques, ask yourself, does she feel completely safe, respected, and adored with me? If the answer is a resounding yes, you're already halfway there. This emotional groundwork is non-negotiable and incredibly powerful. Now let's talk about something that is often rushed or even skipped but is absolutely vital: extended foreplay. I can't stress this enough. Foreplay isn't just a 5-minute warm-up, it's an essential part of the entire intimate experience, especially if you're hoping to explore sensations like squirting. Think of it as building a beautiful, slow-burning fire. You need to patiently add kindling and nurture the flames for them to grow strong and bright. Rushing this process can lead to discomfort, anxiety, or simply not enough arousal for her body to be fully receptive. Prolonged foreplay allows her body and mind to sync up, heightening sensitivity and anticipation. When you dedicate ample time to foreplay, you're sending a clear message. Her pleasure is important, and you're willing to invest the time and attention to make her feel amazing. This can include everything from kissing and cuddling to massage, oral sex, or simply exploring her body with gentle, loving touch. Pay attention to her responses, her breathing, the little sounds she makes. These are your cues. The goal is to build arousal gradually and intensely, making her feel desired and comfortable. This heightened state of arousal makes the G-spot more sensitive and accessible, setting the stage beautifully for what's to come. Okay, so we've built trust and indulged in some amazing foreplay. Now let's get a bit more specific and talk about the G-spot. For those who might be newer to this, the G-spot, or Grafenberg spot, is an area of heightened sensitivity located on the front wall of the vagina, a few inches inside. It's often described as having a slightly different texture, maybe a bit more spongy or ridged than the surrounding tissue. Finding it can sometimes take a little exploration, and that's perfectly okay. It's not a magic button, but rather an area that, when stimulated correctly, can lead to intense pleasure and, for some women, squirting. The key to mastering G-spot stimulation is patience and communication. Every woman's body is unique, so what works for one might not work for another. Encourage her to guide you, or pay close attention to her nonverbal cues. Gentle, consistent pressure is often more effective than aggressive or rapid movements, especially at first. Think of it as getting to know a new landscape. Explore with curiosity and a light touch, gradually increasing pressure or changing your technique based on her reactions. Remember, the goal here is her pleasure, so let her responses be your ultimate guide in this exciting exploration. One of the most talked about and often effective techniques for G-spot stimulation involves using 2 fingers in a come here or beckoning motion. Imagine you're gently curling your fingers upwards towards her belly button, once they are inside and pressing against that front wall of the vagina where the G-spot is located. Typically you'd use your index and middle fingers, inserting them a couple of inches and then making that gentle, rhythmic curling motion. This movement allows you to apply direct and consistent pressure to the G-spot area. The reason this motion can be so effective is that it targets the G-spot in a way that mimics the kind of pressure that many women find intensely pleasurable. It's not about deep thrusting, but rather a more focused, localized stimulation. Start gently, as always, and then you can experiment with the depth, pressure, and speed of the curling motion based on her feedback. Some women prefer a slower, deeper pressure, while others might respond better to a quicker, lighter touch. Communication is key here. Ask her what feels good, what she'd like more or less of. This technique, when done with care and attention, can be incredibly powerful. Once you've located the G-spot and have a basic understanding of the come here motion, the next step is to bring in some artistry with rhythm and pressure variation. Think of it like a dance. Doing the same step over and over can become monotonous, but varying the tempo and intensity keeps things exciting and responsive. The G-spot, like any erogenous zone, can become desensitized or even uncomfortable if stimulated in exactly the same way for too long. The magic often lies in the subtle shifts and changes you introduce. Start by paying close attention to her body's reactions. Is she tensing up? Is her breathing changing? Is she arching her back or pressing against your hand? These are all signals. You can experiment with alternating between light, teasing strokes and deeper, more sustained pressure. Try varying the speed of your come here motion, sometimes slow and deliberate, other times a bit quicker and more playful. You can also try pulsing rhythms or even moments of stillness followed by renewed stimulation. The goal is to create a dynamic and responsive experience that keeps her engaged and builds pleasure continuously rather than hitting a plateau. This chapter is so incredibly important because achieving new levels of pleasure, including squirting, often involves a significant mental and emotional component, the ability to let go. For many women, societal conditioning, stress, or performance anxiety can create internal barriers that prevent them from fully surrendering to the experience. Encouraging her to relax, to breathe deeply, and to simply be present in her body can make a world of difference. This isn't about pressure. It's about creating an atmosphere where she feels safe enough to release any inhibitions. Deep diaphragmatic breathing is a powerful tool. It helps to calm the nervous system, oxygenate the body, and shift focus from the mind to physical sensations. You can even try breathing together, syncing your inhales and exhales to deepen your connection. Remind her, gently and lovingly, that there's no goal to achieve, no expectation to meet, other than her own pleasure and comfort. When she feels free to simply experience the sensations without judgment or pressure, her body is much more likely to respond in new and exciting ways. This state of relaxed surrender is often the gateway to profound orgasmic experiences. Let's get practical for a moment, because sometimes the biggest barrier to letting go and experiencing something like squirting is a very mundane concern: the mess. It might sound trivial, but worrying about sheets, mattresses, or cleanup can absolutely inhibit pleasure and make it harder for her to relax. This is where a simple solution like a waterproof sheet or even a few strategically placed towels can be a game changer. By proactively addressing this, you remove a potential source of anxiety and create a truly worry-free environment for exploration. Making her feel safe in this context also means reassuring her that any fluid release is natural and welcome. Some women feel self-conscious about squirting, fearing it might be urine. It's typically not, or it's a very diluted form from the Skene's glands, or that it's too much. Your positive and accepting attitude is crucial. Let her know that you find her responses exciting and beautiful, whatever they may be. When she knows that there's no need to hold back for fear of mess or judgment, she's far more likely to embrace the sensations and allow her body to respond freely. It's a small adjustment that can yield big results in terms of comfort and abandon. Positioning can play a surprisingly significant role when it comes to effective G-spot stimulation and facilitating squirting. Different angles can change the accessibility of the G-spot and the type of pressure that can be applied. Experimenting with positions can not only make stimulation easier and more effective, but also add variety and excitement to your intimate encounters. It's all about finding what works best for her body and what feels most comfortable and pleasurable for both of you. Some positions are particularly renowned for G-spot access. For instance, having her lie on her back with her legs raised and perhaps resting on your shoulders, often called the legs up or legs on shoulders position, can tilt the pelvis in a way that makes the G-spot more prominent and easier to reach with fingers or a toy. Similarly, positions from behind, like doggy style or spooning where you have access from the rear, can also provide a great angle for G-spot stimulation, as they allow for that upward pressure towards the front vaginal wall. Don't be afraid to try different things and, most importantly, communicate about what feels good and what provides the best access. While fingers are fantastic tools, sometimes incorporating a sex toy specifically designed for G-spot stimulation can elevate the experience, especially if she's open and comfortable with the idea. There are many G-spot vibrators and wands that have a curve or angle perfectly suited to reach and stimulate this sensitive area. These toys can offer consistent pressure, intense vibrations, or unique sensations that might be harder to achieve with fingers alone. The key here, as always, is her comfort and enthusiasm. Introducing a toy should be a collaborative decision. Talk about it first. What kind of toy might she be interested in? Does she have preferences for material, size, or intensity? If she's new to toys, start with something simple and non-intimidating. You can incorporate it into your foreplay, using it to explore her body generally before focusing on the G-spot. Remember, a toy is an enhancement, not a replacement for connection and attentive touch. Used thoughtfully and with her pleasure as the primary focus, G-spot specific toys can be a wonderful addition to your intimate toolkit, helping to unlock new levels of sensation. So, you've embarked on this journey of exploration. Perhaps she's experienced squirting, or perhaps you're still discovering what feels best. Regardless of the outcome of any single intimate session, what happens after is just as important as what happens during. Aftercare is all about nurturing the connection, ensuring she feels cherished and processing the experience together. This could be cuddling, talking softly, sharing a drink of water, or simply lying quietly in each other's arms. It's a time to come down gently from the intensity of the experience and reinforce your emotional bond. Open communication post-intimacy is also vital. This is a great time to check in. How did that feel for her? What did she enjoy? Was there anything she'd like to try differently next time? This feedback loop is crucial for ongoing growth and mutual satisfaction in your sex life. It shows that you value her experience and are committed to her pleasure in the long term. These conversations, held in a spirit of love and curiosity, build even deeper trust and intimacy, making future explorations even more exciting and fulfilling. Remember, every intimate encounter is a chance to learn more about each other and deepen your connection. Wow, we covered a lot today, and I truly hope these 10 approaches have given you some valuable insights and inspiration for exploring squirting respectfully and lovingly with your partner. Remember, the most important elements in this journey are always going to be open communication, deep trust, and a genuine focus on her pleasure and comfort. It's not about achieving a specific outcome, but about the shared experience of discovery, connection, and mutual enjoyment. Every individual and every couple is unique, so embrace the process of learning what works best for you both. This exploration can be an incredibly bonding and exciting part of your intimate life, adding new layers of fun and pleasure. The key is to keep it light, keep it respectful, and always prioritize her feelings and responses. When she feels safe, cherished, and truly heard, the potential for amazing experiences is limitless. So take these ideas, talk with your partner, and see where your curiosity leads you. The journey of sexual discovery is one of the most beautiful you can embark on together. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want more respectful and pleasure-positive content like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world and helps us continue to create content that empowers and educates. We're all about fostering healthier, happier, and more fulfilling intimate lives. Until next time, take care and keep the communication flowing.